And there it delays again. Without my face on, or Spidey in his face. Freddy Pharkas, Frontier Pharmacist. Now everybody sing along.
He was born in old St. Louis. By the age of 4, Dad knew he was the best little crack shot the West had ever seen. By the time he reached pubescence, he could outshoot all the adolescents.
I think it is.
West of Durango and north of Abilene.
Pharkas. Freddy Pharkas. Famous gunslinging deputy. Freddy Pharkas. Freddy Pharkas.
Frontier hero to be. Then one day, young Freddy Pharkas stared at eyes as black and dark as night. The eyes of an outlaw well known throughout the West. Oh, the tough kid's name was Kenny, and he outdrew Freddy Pharkas when he shot Freddy's ear off to prove who was the best. Now our hero Freddy Pharkas, with wounded pride and earless carcass, vowed to the heavens to give up gunnery. He'd be better off, he reckoned, with a lifelong dream that always beckoned. Pistols, not pistols, and pharmacology.
Yeah, he gave up a gunnery, and instead he's taking care of gonorrhea.
Highest score on his SAT, Freddy Pharkas.
At least I tried. For a joke.
Freddy Pharkas. 5-year college degree. After Fred matriculated, got his PhD and graduated, moved out to Coarsegold and bought a pharmacy. Now he's a real prescription writer, and they don't know he's an ex-gunfighter. Locked up his memories, repressed them totally. But his peaceful new survival soon was shot to hell upon arrival of Coarsegold schoolmarm, the sweet Penelope. She has captured Fred's affection, but he's scared he'll get a huge rejection. Can't bear to tell her just what he used to be. Pharkas.
That's outlaw humor right there.
Frontier pharmacist, bourgeoisie, Freddy Pharkas.
Bourgeoisie.
Freddy Pharkas. Peerless, earless, and free.
Act 1. Living the Coarsegold dream. Mom's Cafe, Golden Bowl Saloon.
Freddy Pharkas? You was asking about Freddy Pharkas?
Not really.
The man what saved Coarsegold, only nobody knowed it was him? Why, just hop up here on old Whitland Willie's lap, and I'll tell you all about it.
How about no?
Acorns.
I'll stay right
A
here.
bit more to the right. That's got it. Sit right there. Oh, no. Thank you. Now, if I remember...
I don't want to do that. I mean, we are playing the story. I don't need to get spoiled about the story. Thank you very much, Willie.
Once the heart of a thriving business district, there's not much left of beautiful downtown Coarsegold now. Contemplating duck dinner, Freddy?
Will he say the funniest thing ever if I talk to the street?
And just how long have you had this desire to talk with inanimate objects?
Still funny as hell. It's just the way he says it. It's so good. Ooh.
You've always assumed the Golden Balls Saloon must once have been a pawn shop. Mom's Cafe must have good food. It's where all the stagecoaches stop. Ah, many's the young cowpoke who had to quickly lower himself off this balcony with a bunch of knotted sheets, usually stark naked. The door to the hotel is locked. The hotel was shut down unexpectedly. This put a total of 2 desk clerks and 5 working girls out of jobs. Fortunately, there weren't any maids, or they'd have been fired too. You are surprised to see Billy, the town handyman, boarding up the Dirty Sheet Hotel.
I would say that it's a good time that you came around, Gabriel, since I started playing this, because the previous game was not good.
Billy, the town handyman and jack of all trades, is boarding up yet another Coarsegold business, the Dirty Sheet Hotel, the finest hostelry in all of eastern Madera County. Okay, so maybe it was only the best after that other hotel was shut down, but in its day, the Dirty Sheet was really something.
Say, Billy, when did the old Dirty Sheet fold?
Oh, good morning, Mr. Pharkas. Why, just yesterday. It was a surprise to me, too. Nobody told me nothing about it until they gave me these boards.
You just go see a dentist and take care of those teeth. Designed by Al Lowe. Yep, Freddy Pharkas is an Al Lowe game.
Once, Coarsegold's brave pioneer settlers predicted Main Street would rival the Champs-Élysées, Van Ness Boulevard, or Broadway. Now it rivals the Oregon Trail and is about as smooth. Here stands the only bank in town, the First Bank of Bob. The founder must have had a hard time coming up with an original name for his establishment.
That game was why I took a nap. You found it boring too?
Under the village chestnut tree, the spreading smithy stands. Oh wait, that's not how it goes.
Yeah, it was boring, and as far as I got, it started to get nonsensical. Like, it completely stupid. I had to stop playing. Definitely people our age is not the target audience for that kind of game. But then also I realized if I didn't have the walkthrough for kids, that game is super hard because you have to really think of outside the box with some of the puzzles. Why is my aunt calling me today? I just talked to you yesterday. Hang on, guys. Gotta go BRB. The sound of me returning. Short call this time.
This wagon has been lying here in this sad state of disrepair ever since Mr. Leach, the carriage maker, headed back east to Detroit. Apparently, most of the lower half of the horse is in a chop shop somewhere in Los Angeles by now.
He literally has the horse risen up like on platform, like it was a car.
Apparently, most of... Smithy keeps some hay baled up here just for while the horses are in the shop.
So yeah, when you say shop, it's like a shop. As in, get your cars and wagons and horses here, I'll fix them.
You're here at the busy corner of Balance Street, which runs north-south, and Main Street, well, it's usually busy. Well, it was busy once.
I get the feeling it's been a while since it wasn't busy.
This is a good place to get hitched. Horses always appreciate a drink of nice fresh water from these green, slimy troughs.
Ew. I saw a person at the window. Could you come out again? I think I can look at you and get something different. As a flavor text.
Smithy the village blacksmith is a real hulk of humanity.
Rollin', 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 got to keep on rollin'.
See them horses rollin' rawhide.
It don't say nothing. It just keeps rolling along.
There's also rolling down the river. Rolling down a dream.
And get your hands all full of prickles?
I mean, they are prickly. I know what that's like. Apparently Freedom used to be busy too until the roads changed. A new highway was built. Yeah, that changed. What I've heard about the American history, about, you know, roads and such, many highways destroyed small villages and small towns. Because everybody just goes on the highway, but they don't take the small streets and the small roads into town anymore. So a lot of businesses had to be closed because there was no business anymore. The same happened here in Finland in many places. A new highway is built, people just go past it and nobody goes into a small road anymore, even if there is some services there. Only just maybe a couple of people might come along, but not daily, so businesses had to be closed. There was even a comedy show about that a new highway was built, but they had a gas station, or like a service, gas station service, like they had gas, they had a diner in there, and also a shop. But because the new highway was built, people never came there, unless there was really a big emergency. But it was a comedy show, so of course, lots of funny stuff happened in it. The English name of the show would have been Filler Up. Which is actually a good name for that kind of a show in English. Filler Up! Somehow our town actually is growing again a little bit. I don't quite remember why. Well, that's good actually, if it's growing again. That means progress for the town.
You know, Smithy, I've been wondering about that horse of yours. What happened?
Consarn neighborhood kids, you just can't leave anything outside at night anymore without 'em stripping it right down to the axles.
How's business, Smithy?
Flatter than cowplop, Pharkas. And you?
Actually, I'm doing okay. Not great, but I'm making it, in spite of this mild economic downturn we've been experiencing.
Bah, If I could find me a buyer, I'd unload this dump in a sec.
Also, Freddy Pharkas is played by Cam Clark, aka Liquid Snake, and for the 80s people, aka Leonardo of the Turtles. I was being Raphael. No, he's a Leonardo. Gotta be. And also darn kids taking and stripping the horses down to the axle. Yeah, they're still continuing with that joke. This be a chop shop. Can we actually go see if Cedric is around?
This is one of Reverend Cy Hallelujah's horses. Or so you've heard. That was a close one. Considering the condition of this old bridge, you may only have about 3 crossings left. You wonder why the waters of Blackwater Creek are so black and gooey and disgusting.
An oil spill somewhere in the canyon? No, Cedric is not here now. So I should load. There goes the tumbleweed. Designed by Josh Mandel.
Rain barrels are such an important aspect of life in an arid, drought-scourged landscape like this. Water running off the building's roofs is channeled through gutters and downspouts into storage. Oh, wait a minute. This is just an old whiskey barrel. Forget it.
Oh great, watered down whiskey. My favorite.
It's Mom's Cafe, owned by Helen Back, the surliest mom in the West.
Helen Back. Oh, these jokey names.
It's Mom. A swarm of flies makes a constant circuit inside the cafe. They're the bane of Mom's existence, along with customers, employees, or anyone who talks with her or has anything to do with her in any way. This is a bottle of Mom's home-pressed apple cider. Mom is merciless to those poor apples. As she turns the press, she screams, "Die, you suckers, die!" Rumor has it that Helen Back keeps the heads of her 3 dead husbands somewhere behind the Melmac plates and dishes in that china cabinet.
What? Okay.
Helen Back, proprietor of Mom's Cafe, is better known as Mom.
If she was my mom, I'd run away from home.
It's Hopalong Singh, Helen's faithful cook from the Far East. He used to work as a professional chef for a chain of Ponderola restaurants.
Hopalong Sing.
Morning, Helen.
Freddy Pharkas, since when are we on a first-name basis? Only my closest friends may call me Helen. You and I are acquaintances, nothing more. Therefore, you should address me as Mom.
Land's sake, I'm sorry, Mom?
That's better. Now, what you want?
Well, when I remember, I'll let you know.
Honestly, some people.
I think he's a bit intimidated by you.
Mom, did you know that the hotel's been shut down?
By course I did. Where on earth have you been, Freddy Pharkas?
Any idea who did it or why?
Who did done do it?
Sheriff Shift and Phineas were there, talking about it being a fire hazard and something about there being back rent owed. But I'm no gossip, don't go by what I'm telling you.
It's an old empty can of P&W beans. The firm, crisp beans that smell as savory on the way out as they do on the way in.
Ugh. So not only they smell like farts, they taste like farts.
Howdy, Hop. How's the restaurant business?
Pretty slow. Not much business. Seem like town closing up and blowing away.
You've noticed that too, have you?
Oh yes, first old abandoned mine, then assay office, then post office, then toll and tin shop, then theater, yesterday hotel. What next?
Well, I intend to get to the bottom of this.
Maybe hurry before Mom's next to go. Hop Sing not want to lose his job.
May I ask you a question, Hop Sing?
What's that?
Well, it's an inquiry, an interrogative sentence calling for an answer. Yeah, but that's not important right now. I'd like to know if you've got something against pronouns, contractions, and conjunctions. You use so few of them.
I can anytime I like. It's simply that Hellenbach paid me handsomely to come
Oh, he's
and
British.
act like an authentic Chinese chef. Granted, nobody actually speaks like
Goodbye.
this, but she seems to think people speak like this. So hey, she cuts the checks, I just play along. That answer question?
Yeah.
Perfectly. Thanks.
It is sure answer question, thank you.
It's an order wheel.
Ah. It's a fast food restaurant. Oh, what's it? Isn't there a term for this kind of a establishment? What is that? Is it a short order diner or something? I remember there's a term for this kind of a restaurant where they put them like up there and they quickly make the food.
It's Hop Along. Mom's kitchen is spotlessly clean and efficiently run. It's an old empty can of
Short order cooking, that's it.
Hey, Mom, would you mind if I took this empty can?
If you must, I suppose there's more where that came from. In fact, I insist you take it. Get it out of here. I'm sick of the sight of it.
That was quick.
Score!
Hey, score! Our first score out of 999.
P&W corn. Firm, crisp kernels that look as good coming out as they do going in.
Ah, so we do not process them in our stomach. So when you eat them, it comes out the same as it went in. How'd you think I got this lovely grin? These are the ancestor of fast food chains. Yep, that's what I thought. Our designer, Bob Gleason. I'm faster than you, Tumbleweed. I will win this race. Lead programmer, Steve Conrad.
This sign says Chesterfield's Mercantile Company. It may indicate there's a store inside this building.
Oh, you think so?
The sign proclaims this as the post office. Looks like the door to the post office has been removed and replaced with a less attractive barrier. The sign says O'Hanahan's Barber Shop. Peering through the window, you think you see a barber inside.
I mean, you should. It's a barbershop.
This door leads to Salvatore O'Hanahan's Combination Barbershop and Dental Emporium.
Oh.
Just don't ask him about his heritage. He's very confused.
Italian Irish?
The former post office is staffed by a complete work crew. None of them has yet noticed the place closed down years ago.
So people still go to work there even though there's no work? Alright.
Chester Field runs one of Coarsegold's few remaining shops. Inside you'll find anything you want, if you don't want anything. You just love to window shop through windows so dirty you can't see through them. Maybe you should give Chester some window cleaner for Christmas.
Yeah, but first I need to buy it from him.
If you push this door, it might open.
Maybe I should try.
Like all proud, red-blooded Italian-Irish-American barbers, Salvatore O'Hanahan is extremely proud of his pole. Actually, he almost had to give it up when they levied an expensive poll tax.
Poll tax?
The door swings open. From the back, you hear Chester's voice.
Help yourself. I'll be right out.
Hey, Willie.
It's Whittlin' Willie. He's been here ever since you got to Coarsegold, and he hasn't aged a day. He's always been about 140 years old. He spins a mean yarn, and somehow he always seems to know what people did, even when he wasn't in the room.
Well, he is what we call the storyteller, who knows everything already. I mean, he is the one who is there and telling this story to us.
Hiya, Whittlin' Willie. How's the whittlin' going?
Hiya, Sonny. Just splendidly, thanks. I'm working on an old dead beach whale. It's gonna be my best work to date.
Will it be for sale?
Will it be for sale? No, it ain't gonna be for sale. I'm an artiste, dagnabbit. Besides, if I hang on to it for a while, maybe it'll be worth a bundle someday. Now scram.
I mean, it's not wrong. But it would have to wait about 50 or 100 years before it could be worth something. You know, when you're not around anymore.
Many's the day you'd find Willie, Chester, Smithy, and a few others in here, all with their feet up on this old pot-bellied stove, playing checkers, whittling, and expectorating.
I probably
They
would
stopped doing that after the backs of their ankles got too crispy. This is the interior of Chesterfield's Mercantile Company. He used to call it a general store until he ran out of generals.
Ugh.
It's a horseshoe from Chester's old swayback horse that got spooked by a wagon, ran into the street, and broke its leg under the wagon wheel. Chester sent it to a veterinarian in San Francisco at outrageous cost, but in the end the horse died anyway. Took every penny Chester had, since the horse meat guy wouldn't buy the carcass.
Guess he keeps the horseshoe up there for good luck.
As you should. Although he might be running out of luck soon because it's tilted. Wanted, dead or alive, for crimes of bad taste, innuendo, and gentle perversion. Albert the Tinkler Lowe, alias the Talking Bear, alias Rottweiler Al, alias creator of the cult classic Bop-A-Bit. Reward $500 dead, $15 alive. Nice self-insertion here. Notice, lost one ferret, brown and white, answers to the name of Daisy, enjoys sniffing out dead bodies. If found, please return to Dr. Olympia Miklos, correspondent, Lion Decker Museum, New York City, New York.
A small metal mirror.
Announcement to all, I am no longer responsible for any debts incurred by my wife Valdise, my son Alexander, or my daughter Rosella. Correspondence may be sent to King Graham of Daventry, correspondent Passionate Patty, Washington, D.C. I didn't know that Passionate Patty is a correspondence now. Takes care of these kind of things. I thought she became an agent.
It's a nice picture of a pussycat laying on its back.
Oh. Too bad we can't see it closer. Wanted, they're alive. Kwai Chung Kane, alias the Grasshopper, alias Hey You, Chinaman. Unarmed but extremely dangerous. Reward $25 worth of turtle wax, $50 worth of Ed's kimono pies, and $100 gift certificate to the famous Schwingle catalog. Over 50,000 quality items providing value, selection, and economy. Schwingle, Chicago, Illinois, 6069. Kwai Chen Kane the Grasshopper? Is that a reference to Kung Fu? The David Carradine TV show from the 80s? I think it might be because he is called the Grasshopper. I think that is his name in it. I've never seen the show myself. Melancholia? Vapors? Cold? Headache? Neuritis? Neuralgia? Dadgummit! General George Armstrong Custer is looking for a few good men. Able-bodied young men desired for vacation to idyllic Little Bighorn. Intelligent, competent leadership. Wipe out a couple dozen Sue, how hard can it be? BYOB, bring your own blunderbuss. Benefits, contact your local recruiting. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. We've turned the floor of the Coarsegold Arena into a giant mud bog. See, funny stagecoaches. See, the giant 18-wheel monster stagecoach crushing everything in its path. See, Kit, the amazing steam-powered covered wagon from Knight Riders. Only at the Coarsegold Arena. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Freaking Knight Rider reference. I mean, if they had... what would be the joke name for Michael? Can't even... I mean, it's Michael Knight. So maybe Knight as a knight without the K. So it would be Mickey Knight. Fictional character protagonist of ABC 72-75, so I was in the 70s. Action, adventure, western, television series, Kung Fu, yeah.
Considering that there's nothing for sale here, you wonder why Chester
Michael
even
Evening
bothers keeping these brown paper sacks around.
I mean, why not? The Evening Rider.
The heavily stocked back counter runs along the eastern wall of the general store. A paper bag lies there. Severe wear non-clad kettles.
Excuse me?
Severe wear non-clad kettles. This old milk pitcher was only slightly used out on the farm.
I hope it's clean.
This is an old kerosene lantern.
What about the other one?
It's an early American bug zapper.
Oh.
It's a scented candle with bits of gunpowder melted into it.
I don't think that's a bug zapper anymore. That's a bomb.
It's a hanging broom, the 19th century equivalent of an air cleaner. Severe wear. This coffee grinder from the 1883 Shears catalog makes two big cranks they've got in this store. This coffee grinder. A hanging kerosene lantern used to provide light in the store at night. Since there's no more kerosene to be found, though, Chester now closes at night.
Ah.
These industrial-strength heavy-duty cast lead pans are coated with mercury chlorine compound in order to make them stick-resistant.
Yeah, but...
A hank of rope.
Is there a rope of Hank somewhere?
Assorted size buckets, chicken, grease, slaw, taters, and brown gravy-like paste not included.
Darn.
Many's the day you'd find... This is a brand that used to be popular.
Quail potatoes.
This is a...
Potato sacks.
Barrels of Chester Field's most famous smoked delicacies.
What kind of smoked delicacies are we talking about? You don't specify anything.
Score!
You take a complimentary paper bag.
Hey, this looks just like the key to the front door of my pharmacy.
Chesterfield's sturdy brown paper bags are suitable for penny candy, 2-penny nails, and half-pint containers of Danny's Sour Mash flavored yogurt, the kind with the whiskey on the bottom.
Sour Mash flavored?
It's an empty can of beans. Why would Mom keep an empty can of beans on her shelf? Well, Mom's memory ain't what it used to be. The south side of Main Street holds the remains of the railroad's telegraph office.
Ah.
This poor guy got left behind when his troop went through. He had dysentery. He's since recovered, but Dr. Gillespie's cure seems to have affected his mind, as he still thinks his company will return for him.
Why wouldn't they?
Yes, sir. Nice day, sir. Good to see you, sir.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Someone with a higher IQ than most of the folks in town correctly painted sheriff here. This is the door to Sheriff Checkham P. Shift's office. It contains a small jail cell, just big enough to hold 1 or 2 innocent bystanders. The sheriff's window. Not very good at keeping out the rain, but at least nobody's liable to break in. Of course, who'd want to break in? The sign says tall and thin shop, and hey, it's right. That's just about the tallest and thinnest shop you've ever seen.
Uh-huh. I mean, it's literally what it says.
The tall and thin shop. The owner narrowly escaped with his life once when he was discovered short-changing customers.
That doesn't deserve a rim shot.
The sign says PP's Playhouse. Or it used to, anyway. Now it looks more like PP's Dlayhouse.
No, it would be Dlayhouse. It's Canadian now.
This was Coarsegold's Opera House, PP's Playhouse. It was shut down by unpopular demand several months ago after the owner was found necking with a lamb during a performance of Babette's Feast.
Necking with a lamb? It's wrong in 2 ways. Too many ways.
The sign says Pharkas Pharmacy. This must be the place. This was It's Dominic, one of your part-time Native American employees. He works under the professional name Runnin' Gag. The union told you that you had to have a cigar store-style Indian out in front when you opened your pharmacy. But since there were lots of out-of-work real Indians in the neighborhood, you decided it would be politically correct to hire them.
Running gag. Hey, Mr. Eridan, let's see how much of a running gag this is.
Morning, Dominic.
Morning, Freddy.
Oh yeah, you're a running
What's
gag,
new?
alright.
Let's see. I finished reading A Century of Dishonor last night. Quite impressive. That Helen Hunt Jackson really knows how to evoke an image of the white man's treachery. Do you know how many treaties your people have signed and then broken in the past 20 years alone?
Too many.
Excuse me, I heard someone calling me or something.
Hurley, get out of this conversation!
It's the old abandoned assay office, once owned by a subsidiary of the old abandoned mine company. Before the mine shut down, this is where you got your nuggets appraised. Now you have to go to Madam's for that.
Not those kind of nuggets. Oh, Aubrey Hodges did the music. And also, if Foghorn Leghorn owned that place, it would be an assay office. I said, it's an office.
This is the old red schoolhouse, one of the few buildings that still seems solid and safe. This is the corner of Main and Education Street. The assay office and the schoolhouse are on the west and east sides of the street respectively. Clutter prevents your passage to the south. Shrubs and weeds grow amongst the wreck of the old train depot. Shrubs and weeds. It's a sea shanty. See? Shanty.
Where's the boo when I need it?
Penelope!
Hold on. At least wait till she's out of the schoolhouse.
What's that? Thank you. And also, I was just looking at her, not talking to her.
It's Weebix, one of the little orphan girls.
Weebix? Weebix?
It's Weeb.
Hello, Weebix. How are you this morning?
She pointedly stares away from you, counting to herself and looking just a bit peeved.
1, 5, 9, 33, 4, 7.5, 2, 6. I've confused you now, haven't I?
Weebix's eyes get very large and well up with tears. She sets her jaw firmly and keeps jumping, starting with 1. You are not proud of yourself.
I wouldn't be either. That was so rude. I mean, who knows what number she had gotten up to.
It's either a spread and chestnut tree or a shed and spruce nut tree. This is the old... This is... It's either a... It's a little boy rolling dice and muttering something about baby shoes. It's one of the young townsboys, diligently trying to make his point. In this case, it's a 6. It's Sissy playing on the slide. The boys call him that because his mother dresses him so effeminately.
That's a boy? With the long blonde hair and a dress? That's a boy?
It's a ladder propped up against the slide so the kids can play. Kids climb to the top of this long curved plank and then slide down. Geez, ain't technology wonderful?
Well, it's an LO game, Mr. Eridan. We're gonna find lots of inappropriate jokes in this.
It's a long plank firmly attached to some sort of axle, allowing one side to pivot upwards while the other side descends. When the kids play on it, one of them teeters at the top and the other totters at the bottom. Say, you've got an idea for what you could call this thing.
A kitty polt!
Kitty polt.
It's a long...
Oh,
She ignores you. Looks like Penelope's headed inside the school for a while. Maybe you can catch her on the way out.
She really doesn't stay around long, does she? Penelope, I tried to talk to you. Get out here. Come out, wherever you are.
It's the old... It's Penelope Prim, full-time school marm, full-time single frontier woman, and part-time heartthrob. How does she do it all? Easy. She's incredibly uptight and has numerous stress-related diseases.
Penelope!
Freddy, how nice to see you. Did you leave work just to come see me?
I haven't even started work.
Yeah. Just being able to look at you makes my day seem to fly by.
Penelope titters and tilts her head coyly.
Oh, you do know how to flatter a girl, don't you? Now you get back to work so you'll have enough money to take me to the Sadie Hawkins Day dance next week.
As you wish, milady.
Oh.
Hello again, Penelope.
Freddy, you rogue! Courting a girl in broad daylight and all. Why, I'm going to get a reputation.
I just needed to hear the music of your voice. Now I can muddle through the rest of the day with the memory of your smile and your kind voice.
You do lard it on, don't you? You make me all giggly.
Only because I love to hear you laugh.
Cute. Yeah, not so cute out here, though.
Main Street comes to an end here in the thick, mucky swamp. Beyond it lies the old, abandoned mine. Over yonder's the old, abandoned miners' commissary, where the miners used to eat before the mine closed down. Of course, the food over there is as fresh now as the day it was made.
Ew.
Main Street, the tree leaves here are dying and diseased. These old mining car tracks are rusted and beyond their useful lives. It's the last train to Coarsegold, and it's sunken at the station. Chances are you'll need that. Don't be tossing it into the swamp.
I'm not tossing anything in there. I'm looking at it. And toss this.
The swamp seems thick enough to hold your weight.
I mean, it's like the River Ankh.
Could I have misjudged the surface tension?
Nah, you're fine. See?
So that's how Freddy's brilliant career done come to a screeching halt. He sank into the swamp and was never seen again. A shame, too, 'cause the rest of us were kind of planning on being in the sequel.
Which never happened.
That ain't one of my better stories, anywho. Say, did I ever tell you the story about old King Graham? It seems there was this evil wizard, and he got Graham into just a peck of trouble.
Yeah, that's King's Quest 5. Been there, done that. Yes, you're a flatlander. I know it is supposed to say artist, but it looks like
something
artists.
Awful and fetid is bubbling up in great big blurps from the murky depths of the swamp.
Ew. But then again, it is a swamp, so you wouldn't expect anything of floral to smell from there. I mean, it looks like it says arists, doesn't it? Because it is a T, not an I. So maybe it's Aritsis. They made the T and I to look too much the same. Programmers, William R. Shockley.
Score!
You unlock the door. Ta-da! 500 points. You're halfway through the game.
And he's not lying. We're at 502 out of 999.
Back then, this is what was known as a support system. Ah, your diploma from the University of Hicksville School of Apothecary Sciences and other good guesses. The old alma mater.
Good guesses.
What memories.
Yeah, that's what, doctors and nurses are. They're good guessers.
This hand-painted sign adds a real touch of friendly, folksy atmosphere to the place. It also spells pharmacy phonetically, inbreeding being as popular as it is around here. This multi-instrument piano roll-style juke machine is called a symphonium. Trouble is, the company that sold it to you went out of business after producing only one roll. And how many times can a person listen to does your chewing tobacco lose its flavor on the bedpost overnight?
Huh?
This is your pharmacy, where you work, hence the name Pharkas' Pharmacy. You thought an iced cream stand would attract customers. Mostly it attracts cockroaches, especially now that the iced cream deliveries have stopped. This is a deluxe shelving unit featuring polished mahogany inlays, filigreed end caps, extra-wide mid-height shelf, and no-skid recessed legs. Shelving units for Freddy Pharkas, Frontier Pharmacist, provided by Crate and Whiskey Keg. On the bottom shelf of the left-hand cabinet are Red Eye brand deep cleaning chlorine abrasive facial scrub, Whoopsie Daisy Fashion Air adult incontinence pads, Slick and Pretty linseed oil shampoo, Luck of the Irish underarm oatmeal packs, and I can't believe it's not opium hallucinogenic stick.
I can't believe it's not opium hallucinogenic sticks.
What? What the fuck?
On the upper shelf of the left-hand cabinet you find Pearls of Pauline Anti-Prune Finger Bathing Gel, My Little Cleft Palate Mouth Repair Putty, Dr. Limbaugh's Chuckle-A-Day Cannabis Extract, Cremation Non-Dairy Coffee Ash, Peaches and Cream brand Cream Peaches, and Chinaman's Choice Real Oriental Curative Straight Pins.
Fuck!
Here, on top of your reduced table, Madame Gazonga's Parfum D'Eau Springtime Fresh Scent, Aunt Lily's Toilette Essence Shampoo, French Woman's brand Breath Detoxifier, Pinkham Edible Depilatory, Hollywood Land Ruminant Suppressant. Hollywood stars don't chew their cuds. Why should you? The new Episheep Easy Shearer, and Preparation G, though you don't always have that on hand.
Well, if you had Preparation G on your hand, that would be the wrong place for it. Yeah.
This sign clearly lets the townsfolk know that the prescription counter is in the back of the store.
Someday, maybe there'll be a glass tube there, bent in the shape of the word prescription, filled with a rare gas that will glow in brilliant colors. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Boy, that'd make people actually want to buy drugs.
No. No, I wouldn't.
You thought an iced... On the lower shelf of the right display case, you keep some old, reliable, steady sellers. Doc Malarkey's Instant Redneck Tanning Fluid, Flembigon Extra Strength Expectorant, Oil of Old Lady Demoisturizer, Blakey Pete's Psoriasis and Dandruff Declumping Unguent, I Can't Believe It's a Jockstrap Testicular Support Undergarment, it lifts and separates, Detains All Saltpeter Crystals, and Rabbi Johnson's Home Briss in a Box.
Saltpeter crystal.
On the upper shelf of the right display case, you keep some of your hot sellers. Prospector's Pride Uranium Hair Highlighter. Her Majesty's second favorite Real Cream Toffee Lumps. Where'd you get those rosy cheeks face pincers? Chap Spit Mucous Membrane Astringent Balm, Old Crater Face's Arsenic Complexion Tablets, and Smathers and Smathers Scrape Me Off the Ceiling Lord Jalapeno Arthritis Rub. On top of this cabinet, you have a stunningly arranged display of Old Snuffy's Limp Root Hair Oil Cream in the 8-ounce, 16-ounce, and giant 64-ounce Baby Huey jars, as well as a few dusty boxes of Rustler's Stove chocolates. Rustler's Stove, the standard of drugstore chocolates for over half a century.
I bet they are half a century old, too.
This bottle is filled with this century's most incredible medical breakthrough.
Which is... okay.
It's a tube of Preparation G, the Wells Fargo wagon driver's friend for over half a decade.
Cool.
It's the president's wife. She's the head of the Just Say No to Ether campaign.
Ah. Not drugs. Ether.
You've always wanted a counter gate. Now you have one. Now you know they're a pain in the butt.
Oh, Penelope.
Frederick.
Why, Miss Prim, you sure are looking purty today.
Now, Frederick, you may call me Penelope if you please. After all, I think we're to that point in our relationship.
Oh my.
She must be talking about the hayride you both went on last month. Or the square dance you both went to last week. Or the cow tipping expedition you both went on last night.
Cow tipping expedition.
Well then, to what do I owe the pleasure of your company this fine morning?
Oh, this isn't a social call, I'm afraid. I have this rather important prescription Doc Gillespie gave me. I was hoping you could fill it as soon as possible.
My pleasure, Penelope. I sure have been having a swell time with you these past few weeks, Penelope.
Why, thank you, Frederick. I have too.
I do believe I have a growing affection for you.
That's sweet of you, Frederick. I think you're very cute. For a pharmacist, that is. Considering you've only got one ear. And you're scrawnier than the other men in town.
She thinks I'm cute. She really thinks I'm cute. How's school, Penelope?
Oh, how I love filling those impressionable young minds with knowledge, their eager faces turned upward in the quest to learn. It's so satisfying.
I was wondering if you were going to go to the Rotary Club luncheon next week, and if so, if you had anybody else to go with.
Forgive me, Frederick. I do so hate to be short with you, but I do need this prescription. Otherwise, I'd love to stay and chat. Please don't think me impertinent.
Oh, not at all. It's my fault for prattling on so. I'll get right to it.
Get right on it.
You keep your anatomical models in here. But don't worry, you're not the only one in town with a few skeletons in your closet. It's a picture of some nearby big rock.
It's a mountain. And I think that's the Sierra one. It looks like the Sierra logo.
It's your hand-hooked rug. One of Madam's hookers handed it to you.
That's not what...
Your reference bookshelf, complete with such top 10 medical reading as everything you always wanted to know about pustules but were too revolted to ask, Typhlime book of blackhead removal, boil lancing, and facial renovation, the dermatologist who came in from the cold sore, the 1882 edition of What Color Is Your Parasite, the 1-minute mandibula, a globe, and some souvenirs of your first customers.
I'm guessing that the skull over there is one of your first customers.
This is the cozy little back room of your pharmacy where you do your heavy thinking. In other words, you don't spend much time here.
Ha! He's calling you stupid, Freddy.
Some buxom lady's portrait. Notice how the painting seems to follow you around the room. And I don't mean her eyes.
That actually would be creepier if it was her heavy bosom following me all around the room, not her eyes.
It's a lamp, and a bodaciously ugly one at that. This chair was left here by the previous owner of the pharmacy, Franklin Farquhar. Why, it's your old roll-top desk. What happened to that roll you recently left on top of it? You must have eaten it. That's your laboratory, where you concoct and bottle your formulas.
Yep, and this is the copy protection of the game.
You keep a pitcher of water in a basin so you can occasionally wash your face.
4 milliliters of tilexpolinide orally twice for 5 days.
Why, the poor dear. She must be suffering from the vapors, those injurious exhalations produced within the body, creating feelings of hypochondria and depression. Her prescription is in Doc's usual scrawl and smells of whiskey, so you know it's authentic.
Authentically bad for her, you mean?
You study Penelope's prescription and prepare to carefully fill it. You wouldn't want to make a mistake with her medicine.
I mean, you can. There are different ways of getting a game over if you mess them up in certain ways. But that would take too long to get them all, so I'm not gonna try even one of them. Game over, yeah! I didn't know I'm playing Crazy Taxi. Was that Crazy Taxi? Or maybe it was Daytona, USA. I could be even Cruising, USA. Sega Rally Championship. I mean, I knew it was a racing game, but couldn't remember which. I played all of them, even Sega Rally. I went to the arcades a lot.
You carefully label the container Miss Penelope Prim for internal use only. And what internals they are, you dream about them day and night.
Ew. I know that the inside also counts when you love a person, but not those kind of insides. If you think about those insides too much, might not be the healthiest person in the world, mentally. Score!
Thank you, Frederick. This looks perfect. You are a scholar.
Oh, shucks.
Oops.
I'm just a
Sorry.
poor pharmacist trying to please my favorite
Stop pushing
customer.
buttons.
Will I see you again soon?
I think that can be arranged, Frederick. See you soon.
I'll be waiting. So long now, Penelope.
Unfortunately, you were so taken with Penelope's angelic presence that you forgot to charge her the 19 cents she owed you.
Put it on her tab. Hey there, Mama.
Good day, Freddy. Freddy Pharkas.
That's the
Well,
name.
good day to you, Ms. Back. What can I do for you today?
Well, Freddy Pharkas, Doc Gillespie, that no-good gin-soaked sod-no lush, wrote me this damn prescription that'll probably cost me an arm and a leg. Here, take it. The rot gut from that old wino doctor is making my new ensemble stink to high heaven, I want to tell you.
Helen Back's prescription is barely legible due to all the whiskey spots, but you eventually decipher it.
Quinotrizate tabs 3 times for 7 days. And also I noticed that we're 512 out of 999.
You study Helen Back's prescription and prepare to carefully fill it.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
You drop the contents down the waste receptacle.
That's the one that I need. Phenol oxytriglyceride. Makes you wonder if these are actually real things. I got a feeling that they are.
You toss it into the waste receptacle. This is where you concoct all your This is where you can You carefully label the container, Mrs. Helen Back. Take 3 times daily just before meals.
It's weed. There you go, Mom.
Score! That's better, Freddy Pharkas.
That'll be 22 cents, Miss Back.
Y'all just put it on my tab. I don't have it with me right now, huh?
Of course you don't. Well now.
Pretty Cherie.
Well now.
Just slide that handsome pharmacist butt on over here. I got something I need from you.
Morning, Sadie. What have you got?
Well, I got a prescription here I need filled. Something that'll increase my womanly powers, if you know what I mean. Be a dear and fill it for me right away, won't you? I simply can't wait to try it out.
Your wish is my command, madam.
You take the prescription from the madam. What a busy morning. You haven't had to fill this many prescriptions since Custer's troops stayed at the Dirty Sheet Hotel. This prescription is impossible to read. That's what happens when Doc writes a prescription through bleary, whiskey-soaked eyeballs.
Oh. And since we can't read it, let's go find the doc. See you, back. You have yourself a good day.
Excuse me, Sadie. I've got to run out for a bit. Hang on, I'll be right back.
Okay, Freddy, but hurry back.
Shouldn't take too long, I think. Credits are still going.
Coarsegold's main street. Carrie Sue ought to be in school, but she's wandering the streets instead. In general, you'll have better luck if you try talking to things with mouths.
I was trying to.
In general.
Quality assurance.
And just how long have you had this desire to talk with inanimate objects?
Still funny.
Welcome to Sam Andreas's Golden Balls Saloon. He was going to call it Sam Andreas's Nugget, but decided that had disgusting sexual overtones.
So they went with golden balls instead?
It's a moose head, the only domestic brand Sam serves.
Is it from the Sierra Prop Department? No references to King's Quest? Well, I wouldn't say that Mom's Cafe here would be a good place to eat at, even though it's the only place to eat at here, because the owner's name is Helen Back. That's Mom's name in this game, Helen Back. Like we have the bartender, Sam Andreas.
A beautiful mural from the starving artists of Oxnard. They used to hold sales a couple of times a year over in the lobby of the Dirty Sheet Hotel. It's a likeness of Chastity, one of the girls over at Madame Overy's. She's so lifelike, you feel as if you could just reach out and touch her. And you'd save $2 that way, too.
Yes, the lady who just came to our establishment is named Sadie Overy.
Welcome to Sam Andreas's Golden Balls Saloon. This is the Wheel of Fortune table. Guess the right number and Sam will tell you your fortune.
Ah.
Looks like somebody scratched, and badly too. This roulette table is for casino night. This dice game is known as Chuck-a-Luck. Since you're living in Coarsegold, you've apparently chucked your luck already. It's Neville Shute, the piano player. He's doing the best he can. This honky-tonk piano is 82.5 keys of pure musical entertainment.
Eh? 82.5?
It appears to be a tiny picture of some field mice playing poker.
Instead of dogs, huh?
This is a chandelier. Most nights you can find at least one or two drunken rowdy cowhands swinging from this thing. Business must be a mite slow today. This is the world-famous Golden Balls stage. Most days you can find major vaudeville acts here bringing their own unique brands of music, comedy, dance, and magic to the deserving folks of Coarsegold. Some of the more popular acts include the Amazing Baloney, Bruce the Singing Sashayin' Cowboy, Mimi, Dottie, and Franny the Singing Siamese Triplets with a little back trouble, and Young Dogies in Love.
Can I see the Young Dogies in Love? And also, can I somehow speed up the text?
This is the world-famous Golden Ball stage. Most days you can find major vaudeville acts here bringing their own unique brands of music, comedy, dance, and magic to the deserving folks of Coarsegold. Some of the more popular acts.
So they really don't have a
Amazing Baloney,
text box for this.
Singing Sashayin' Cowboy.
It's really weird.
Three mean-looking hombres sit up close to the stage. Upon closer examination, you see that they're drinking wine spritzers. Maybe they're not so mean after all.
I mean, if it's wine spritzers, they're more sophisticated than we think.
It's a hat rack where the patrons hang their hats, coats, gun belts, and the occasional short stranger. This is the world-famous Golden Ball stage. Most days you can find major vaudeville acts here bringing their own unique brands of music, comedy, dance, and magic to the deserving folks of Coarsegold. Some of the more popular acts include the Amazing Baloney.
It's really weird that there's no second text box.
Glancing around to make sure nobody's looking, you turn to the moose head and say,
Hey, Moose! Decide to quit while you were ahead?
You chuckle quietly until you hear the moose reply, Hey buddy, you're really funny. Well, that's the first time I've heard that joke. Today.
What if we tell you it the second time?
Hey, Moose!
You chuckle quietly
It's
until
the
you
same.
hear the moose reply, Hey buddy, you're really funny. Well, that's the first time I've heard that joke. Today.
Hey, Sam.
Well, if it ain't Sam Andreas, the bartender's bartender.
If it's not, I'm having a severe identity crisis.
How the heck are you?
Tolerably well. Yourself?
Can't complain. Pharmacy business seems to be pretty good lately.
Well, the pharmacy business has always been a little too interesting for me to hear about, so, don't be a stranger.
Try not to be.
Say, Sam, I think I'll take an Ovaltine.
No.
In a cracked glass?
Yes, with a hair in it, too.
No.
And the usual lipstick smear on the glass?
Why?
Yep, and a ring of dried soap around the inside lip.
Okay, that's a good one.
On a coaster?
No, I like leaving rings on your bar.
Rocks with that?
No, but some ice cubes would be nice.
Oh, we're out of ice cubes.
Then I'll take some pebbles.
Then I'll take it straight.
Out of Ovaltine, too.
Oh, well, okay. I'll check back later.
I mean, you could have started with that. Instead of all this disgusting stuff.
Got any Ovaltine in stock yet?
Oh, yes. In the last 10 minutes, we've got in a whole wagon load.
You mean last 10 seconds?
Really? Wow.
No, I was being sarcastic because you were asking such a stupid question.
Oh, he's right.
Sam has stocked the bar with every brand of cheap rotgut listed in the Mr. Fresno's Saloon Keeper Guide. De Viper venom-flavored schnapps, Granny's Walker Black, MD 20W40, Cuddly Shark blended botched whiskey, Wild Smoked Turkey, Harold's Bristle Cream Slurry, oh, and a bottle of David Bowie, a sweetened liqueur.
David Bowie, huh?
Play it, Neville.
Neville, in order not to lose track of the piece he's playing, says nothing. However, he raises his eyebrows as if to say, Certainly, sir, I'll be happy to play whatever selection you'd care to hear, and what's more, I'll make this old piano sound like a whole orchestra.
And we can play any music from the game. It's like the jukebox in Larry 1. That will play any tune, or even in Larry 6, they have a jukebox that will play the music from the game.
It's old Doc Dizzy Gillespie. He's been drinking again. Must be office hours. It's Doc's whiskey glass, mostly empty right now.
Doc! Hey, Doc!
Huh? What's that?
Are you drunk again?
Me? Drunk? Never.
I like it that one eye is
sober
looking
as
that
the
way,
day
the other
I was
one's that
cut
way.
off my ass. I mean, the day I was born.
Doc, you're not writing prescriptions while you're drunk, are you?
Oh, no, never. I'm a responsible individual with an imperfect reputation.
Uh-huh. That's how you do a belch. It's not just... People, if you're gonna do some voice acting that requires burps like that, you gotta do it for real. Don't just go or anything. That is so fake.
Doc?
And this is a Sierra game.
What's that?
Give us the real
I
burps.
swear, it's an established medical procedure. I wasn't negligent.
No, Doc. I just wanted to tell you that I'm worried about you. Your prescriptions have been getting sloppier and sloppier. Let's work together on this.
You have my complete cooperation. Let's drink to it. Barkeep, another round for my prescription-filling friend here.
Just simmer in your own juices for a while.
Good advice.
Doc?
What? What's that?
No.
You have
just...
You pick up the whiskey glass.
Score!
You stir the few remaining drops of whiskey around and lick off your finger. Single malt.
Score!
Madame Ovary. Lives in prescription, Coarsegold, California. Less testosterone, 25 milligrams per day, as directed. Doc Gillespie.
Ah, now you can see this prescription the way Doc wrote it. That just does. You thrust the prescription and the whiskey glass under Doc's nose.
Hey, Doc. This says testosterone. You really want to prescribe this to a woman?
Testosterone? No, I suppose that would be a poor choice. Let's see. This was for Sadie Ovary, right? I must have meant something else. Let me fix it. Ooh. Hey, there you go. Take this back to your pharmacy and have fun.
Thanks, Doc.
Don't come crying to me, George Bailey. I'm going to swear out a warrant for your arrest. Score!
Didn't know that this became It's a Wonderful Life. I mean, if so, I need to start talking like this because I'm gonna be Jimmy Stewart.
You study Madame Overy's prescription, fully amended and corrected by Doc Gillespie.
Estrosterain. 1 paper each morning after.
Why, it's Mrs. O'Hanahan and her darling little boy, Rocco. The last time they were in your shop, you only lost $17.39 in breakables. God willing, they won't be needing any prescriptions filled today.
Do I look like I have time for idle chit-chat? Honestly, some people think that just because a woman works at home, she has scads of free time. Well, let me tell you, I don't. I have the washing, the ironing, the cow to milk, the butter to churn, the barber shop to sweep out, the books to keep. Well, I could just go on and on and on. But as usual, I'm in too much of a hurry, and a lady never complains about her lot in life. Not that all the women round here are ladies, of course. Why, the stories I could tell you about some of these women. Not that I know any of them personally, of course, but one does hear talk round the barber shop, you know. But really, I'm too busy to be standing around like this. Good day.
Yeah, I can tell that you're super busy when you need to talk so slow and... Hey, Eldridge.
How?
Yeah.
How indeed.
Time for you shift over.
Oh, please. You've been reading too many dime novels. Stop talking like that.
Just trying to please the tourist, Herb.
Sure, tourist. Whatever. See you later. I'm going to go soak my corns.
My people call it maize.
Jeez.
Exactly, sheesh.
It's Pete, one of your part-time employees. Pete used to work for a lawn jockey company, but he was fired after puberty when he grew too tall for the business. He's insecure, but he's a good worker.
How goes it, Pete?
Just fine, Mr. Pharkas, just fine. Sure is a nice day today.
Yes, Pete, it's beautiful out.
I was wondering if it might be possible for me to knock off a little early today.
Something in particular going on?
Well, it's just such a nice day. I thought I'd spend a little quality time with the buffalo. Maybe take 'em to Yosemite, let 'em run around and do some grazing. You know, the usual.
Sounds like a nice time.
I suppose that'd be okay. Sure, you can leave early. Just watch out for poachers now.
That's a funny one, Mr. Pharkas. I'll be sure to do that. Poachers. Like anyone would want to do that to buffalo. Very funny.
No comment.
I'm back, Sadie. Sorry for the delay. I just had to check out a few things.
Perfectly okay, Freddy, hon. I was just admiring the way you display your goods.
Look who's talking.
It's Madam Sadie Overy, proprietor of Ye Old Ore House, and your closest friend and confidant. In fact, she knows everything about you.
Everything?
This is your pharmacy. Your overhead designer lamps are rarely used, since the pharmacy closes at sunset. You study Doc's corrections to Madam...
Alright, now we need Nope. Bimethyl. Is that it? Yeah. Bimethylquinoline. I need 3. That. Portal pistol. Boink. And I need a metaphosphate. 3 of that. Put that there. Grind that up. A 1, a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You carefully label the container,
There we go.
Madam Ovary.
And here you go, madame.
Score! Why, merci, Freddy dear.
That's gonna be 22 cents, Sadie, but for you, I'll make it 19.
What do you say we just sorta take it out in trade? I'm a mite short this week.
How poor
Well-
are these people if they can't pay 19
Thank you,
cents?
Freddy. Ooh, you sweet potato pie. I'll catch you tonight, maybe, huh? Au revoir.
Au revoir to you too. Au revoir. Ah, Smitty.
Hey, Pharkas! My butt's killing me!
So that wasn't
He
just your
does
walking
know how to
animation.
make an entrance, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that, Smithy.
Yeah, so give me some of that preparation G.
You pick up a tube of Preparation G in the handy 25-ounce Krabby elephant size.
Elephant size.
The tube of Preparation G, the latest anti-hemorrhoidal unguent from the folks at Park Loomis, is labeled Top Tush Treatments since 1848.
Not my first time playing, but this will be my first time actually playing it through.
You press
Because
down on the tube and it crumples ever so slightly. What will modern technology think of next?
last time I played the game, I actually got myself soft lock, but now I have a walkthrough, so I'll be able to play the game through proper. But this is a very silly game. I mean, it's LO. Great, funny writing.
That'll be 15 cents, Smithy, but I don't suppose you can pay me.
Are you saying I can't pay my bills fair and
Hey,
square,
Targor.
Pharkas? Well, yeah, I'm gonna settle up tabs with you anyway, since I'm leaving town. Here's what I owe you.
You're leaving town?
Smithy pays you his tab, whole $4.87. Holy moly, a windfall. You're rich. Well, kinda, sorta.
Sorta, kinda.
And if you takes my advice, you get out of this town, Pharkas. Sheriff's closing people up right and left. Something stinks.
I've noticed.
And I mean them horses, 'cause they're farting up a storm, I'm a-telling you. It was like to pass out. Somebody must have put something in their feed. I don't know what, but I'll tell you, don't go striking no matches out there. Good luck to you, Pharkas. You was always one of the good.
Good luck to you, Smithy. Your strong back and gruff but good-hearted demeanor will be sorely missed.
But you was a strangin'.
Gunslinger?
Fire inspection.
Oh, the sheriff.
I'm here to check out your fire safety per the new town regulations. Oh, look here. It's a good thing I came, Pharkas. I'm gonna have to shut this place up tighter than a pissant scrotum.
Why?
But, Sheriff, how could you? What's the charge? I haven't done anything wrong.
Fire hazard, my boy. Fire hazard. Why, this building's a terrible fire hazard. Looks to me like this whole damn building's made out of wood.
Just like every other.
But, Sheriff, every building in this town is constructed of wood.
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about that, son. Tough luck, Pharkas. From now on, just keep the front door locked.
But what am I supposed to do, Sheriff? This is my livelihood.
If and I was you, I'd talk to the bank. Good day.
What did you expect? People to start building the houses from stone? Go back to the Stone Ages? Yep. There, he's up to something. I mean, he's closing places left and right. Up and down. The plot thickens. Yep, that's a problem now. Farting horses.
So Freddy was forced to shut down the old pharmacy again his will. But he vowed to keep the place up, knowing that someday he'd be opening it up again. Problem being, the sheriff, an ornery cuss if there ever was one, was doing this all over town. The hotel, the playhouse, the smithy, the tall and thin shop, closing them all down on some flimsy pretext. There was no telling who was going to be next. Who'd put the sheriff up to it? And what was happening with the horses, for crying out loud? It were a mystery, says I.
Beautiful.
The horse's tail is fluttering in the breeze. And what a breeze that is. Somebody's poor horse seems to be dispelling huge quantities of a noxious methane compound.
And this is where I failed last time, because typical Sierra bullshit. This is a timed event. If you don't do this in time, the farting will get so bad that everything and everyone will suffocate. Reminds me of a meme hanging up on the wall of the mechanic shop in town. A cowboy putting a giant cork in the horses behind, quoting new EPA regulations on emissions. Too bad we can't do that here. Maybe make this easier. Just try to stay upwind. Away wind. Stay away from the horses.
The it's Barbara Mandrill and the Bobettes, stars of stage, screen, and barnyard.
Shear it off. Shear it all off.
Let's just get out of here before anything bad happens.
This window looks in on the kitchen of Mom's Cafe. This is the alternate route into the saloon. It lacks the characteristic Western feel of swinging doors, but it has the distinct advantage of being lockable. Hung crookedly on the side of the hotel is an advertisement for Atticus's Bathhouse, a local institution that didn't last a year. Folks in Coarsegold have traditionally been fiercely proud of how unwashed they are.
Ew.
The sign says simply, rooms, referring to the Dirty Sheet Hotel. The blue sign is advertising large, clean rooms daily and weekly. No wonder the Dirty Sheet Hotel closed. They advertised the competition. Hop-along sings in the kitchen, cooking up a storm or something equally inedible. A colorful poster for Nun-style beer hangs on the back of Mom's Cafe. Nun-style beer, pure brewed in God's country, now in redeemable bottles. A gnarled old tree grows next to the synagogue and stretches up, forming a canopy over the yard. There are a few assorted old trunks sitting on top of Dad Gum's wagon. Dad Gum's traveling medicine show wagon sits nearby, awaiting the return of Dad Gum and the start of the traveling medicine show season. This small yard opens up to Bluff Street on the north side. The south side faces the back end of the saloon and Mom's Cafe. The hotel flanks the east side, and the old abandoned synagogue lies to the west. Wow, some of Dad Gum's magic elixir. This stuff can be used to cure a wide variety of conditions, the foremost being sobriety.
Score!
You surreptitiously swipe the elixir, looking around to see if anybody's watching. Fortunately, nobody is. There's an ice pick stuck into a barrel here.
Score!
You pull the ice pick out of the barrel and gingerly place it in your pocket. Just don't bend over suddenly or you'll circumcise yourself. Of course, that won't be any skin off your nose.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the nose. Now we use this.
With all the precision of a serial killer, you deftly poke some holes in the tin can with the ice pick. Ha! Having accomplished your immediate desire, and in the process hopelessly dulling the ice pick, you exhibit absolutely no regard for this barren piece of locality laughingly called the environment by brazenly tossing the ice pick away. You're such a consumer.
Not much of an ice pick if I dulled it after poking holes into a can of beans.
You've poked major holes in the tin can.
I was hoping for general holes, but I'll do with Colonel.
Finally, you get your $4.87. Smithy's pharmacy tab is paid in full at last.
Finally? I guess. You pick your teeth with an ice pick. And there's something in there. I got it. Also got the tooth out. Well, not like that. Oh wait, that wasn't on an ice pick. That's a hammer and chisel. There, I got it. Yeah, who needs some tooth floss when they've got a hammer and chisel? There's something between my teeth. Like, I got it and half of my jaw too. No, wait, I'll fix this jaw problem. There, that does it. Need to pour yourself a drink, hammer and chisel. Need to slice a pizza, hammer and chisel.
Smithy has truly left town for good. Smithy left behind a coil of rope. A length of leather bridle hangs on the smithy's door.
Score!
You take the leather strap. Smithy won't be needing it now, wherever he is. Smithy's once proud forge is cold and dark. Smithy's digging through Smithy's formerly white-hot forge, you find an unused hunk of charcoal which you decide may well be of use to you, so you keep it.
All right, now we are gonna make ourselves a gas mask.
You swipe this handful of charcoal from the blacksmith's forge. Remember to wash your hands when you're finished playing the game.
No.
A rugged leather strap. Your mind reels with the possibilities. You slip the leather strap through the holes in the tin can. They fit perfectly. Congrats! You always wanted a tin feed bag.
Score!
Just put some cereal in them, strap it around your neck, and you're like,
You drop the charcoal into the tin can. Now we're getting somewhere.
Score!
Congratulations on making this homemade gas mask. Devilishly good work.
Score!
You take a few deep breaths from the gas mask, clearing your head and enabling you to go on a while longer.
Yeah, that was the problem, because I didn't have the gas mask before. I kept dying. And I had saved it over too far. And my previous save was like way in the beginning, so I just gave up on it. I mean, once I finally looked at walkthrough, I noticed that, oh, I needed to do this and that, and then I got them, but it was too late. Because I just kept dying.
Matt Shaker is shaking his doormat out the window again. It's best not to walk underneath.
Matt Shaker shaking his mat.
A really terrifically disgusting idea. Unfortunately, the horse's tail momentarily blocks your access.
I think the other two were farting up a storm. I mean, of course, these are farting too. Oh, I'm feeling lightheaded. When that happens...
That just...
Sniff.
You take a few... In what may well be the most revolting idea you've ever had, you hold the brown paper sack up to the horse's anal sphincter and wait. With a reverberating... The horse responds, inflating your bag with a foul sample of gas. You quickly twist the bag shut to lock in freshness.
Ew.
Weird, gross, ew!
Exactly.
You cleverly lock the door.
Oh, it was
you
unlocked.
You unlock. Dang it. No points this time. You're beginning to feel a little light.
Oop. I mean, if I did get points, the game would be over.
You take a few...
Alright, time to solve this problem. Alcohol lamp. That's where I need to use this.
Score! You fill the alcohol lamp with Dad Gum's alcoholic elixir.
There we go. So now I can do this. Beep.
Good idea, Freddy. The spectrum lines on that etched glass viewer reveal volumes to those who know how to read.
Now I gotta take a look at the manual. Even the walkthrough says that you have to look at the manual for the pattern. Lentils. That's what they've been feeding them. Lentils. So what I need is aminophilic citrate. Yeah, that's the pattern. Yep. At least that's what it says that the cure is.
Score!
Okay. It's so nice that it keeps welcoming me to my own chat room. It sounds like Twitch is having problems again. That's the second time it's done that within an hour. Welcome to Spider-Man's chat room. Have a can of ham and scram. Hey, don't scram. Hey, Zebra, don't scram. Don't listen to Swede. Swede is not the boss here. I am. So don't scram. Just enjoy the ham.
You toss it into the waste receptacle. You carefully label the jar aminophilic citrate. Congratulations, you've just created your first batch of Pharkas's deflatulizer. Ta-da! Your latest invention, Equine Deflatulizer. An exclusive blend of secret ingredients guaranteed to neutralize noxious methane emissions from the lower gastrointestinal tract of Equus caballos. In other words, it's a gastroenterological veterinarian in a drum. That just does.
And now we put that medicine into the trough.
Score! You carefully pour the deflatulizer into the horse's water trough. The horses greedily lap up the delish and nutrish medicated trough water.
Seeing as how his home-brewed patootie sealant done the trick on these horses, Freddy ran around and dumped the stuff into all the horse troughs in town. It weren't long before the folks of Coarsegold was all breathing a sigh of relief. Freddy tossed away his homemade gas mask. Kind of a shame, too, since he could have made a purty penny off the patent rights.
True.
Life returned to normal, for a short spell any hooch, until one lazy day when one of the local inbreds came a-running up with the latest calamity.
Here's your run.
Board up your windows and doors. Lock up the women and children. Run for the border, Louise. There's a stampede a-coming. A stampede! Hurry up, Freddy! You only got a week and a half before they get here.
Huh? A week and a half?
A week and a half?
They's snails!
Snails? Snails?
Good heavens! This is the worst thing to happen to Coarsegold since the great hail of clams back in '83.
The what now? Hail of clams and now a stampede of snails? Snails on a stampede. I mean, I can understand they're gonna make destruction to, like, fields. Vegetable fields, or even wheat fields, or even corn. That's about it. Unless we just catch them all and make some escargot. We're definitely gonna make that escargot.
He's with the Pony Express.
Mom! Hey, Mom!
Just let me guess. You only have one cavity, am I right?
Huh? No. I wanted to know if you have any salt. There's a stampede of snails a-comin', and I mean to stop 'em.
I don't know anything about no stampede. Unless they're stopping here to eat, I don't even care. As for salt, you know we're a salt-free community. That's why everyone's so, laid back. Low blood pressure, and we aim to keep it that way, son.
Dang. Well, what could I use?
Well, beer works for me. I just spread a little of it out along the back porch, and them little buggers just follow it right off.
Geez, Mom. Thanks.
Now get your ass out of here.
You mean the person who plays Whittling Willie? Or do you mean this voice?
This support post has held up Mom's Cafe for years.
I mean, that's Neil Ross who narrates. He narrated a lot of Sierra games. Like, he was the narrator for... Leisure Suit Larry? I think? Now I gotta look it up myself because I forgot. And there's Freddy Pharkas. Yeah, Leisure Suit Larry 6. Yeah. King's Quest 6, he was one of the chess knights. Really? Mass Effect. Huh, he was a voice in Normality, apparently. Oh yeah, he's also the narrator in Larry Love for Sale. Because he's in 6 and 7. Oh yeah, he's also the voice of Wally in The Curse of Monkey Island. Very unrecognizable. Why don't I see... I mean, I'll take your word for it, of course, but I'm still in the early 2000s, so Mass Effect hasn't even been released yet. Neil Ross has voiced so many characters throughout the years, it's hard to find what I'm looking for. There we go, Codex Narrator, Mass Effect. I couldn't even recognize that it's Neil Ross because I barely ever listened to the Codex Narrator. I just told him to shut up and I'd read it myself. But next time I'm gonna play Mass Effect, I'm gonna have to listen to it because it's Neil Ross. Can't make him shut up anymore. Anyway, we learned from Mom now that the beer works against snails. So let's get some beer to stop the stampede. Also, did I just see a chick? Not a chicken, but a chick go on the street. There's a lot of weird things walking on the streets here.
And just how long have you had this desire to talk with inanimate objects?
It's Ezekiel Andrew Washington Madison Johnson Hallelujah, the preacher's kid.
Uh-huh. Okay. Quite the name.
Well, I ain't got no time. I put peanut butter in the offering plate, and now my pa's after me. He said I was wasting good peanut butter.
Also, I didn't know that Sam Andreas here, the bartender, is played by Leisure Suit Larry. It's Jen
Sam,
Repson.
There's a stampede headed for town. Don't go outside.
We're open 24 hours a day, Fred. I never go outside. Besides, the sun dries out my beautiful skin.
I'm just saying, you know, for your own safety.
Oh, right. Tell you what, I'll stay in here and serve drinks and collect money. You run around outside like a chicken with your head cut off and save the town. Okay? Okay.
That's Leisure Suit Larry. So many talented voice actors.
Score! Hey, Sam, give me a case of the beer you just got in from St. Louis.
1 case of lowbrow for the pharmacist, coming right up.
Sam hands you a case of lowbrow, the beer that gave St. Louis blues.
Now,
lowbrow.
You know that this beer doesn't come corked, right? They're using some newfangled pinched metal tops.
Ah.
No problem, Sam. I'll take care of it.
All right, fine. That'll be $4.87.
Here you go.
Nice bankroll. Come back anytime.
So nice that it was the exact amount of money that I got.
This is your case of lowbrow, the beer that gave St. Louis blues. All 24 bottles are tightly stoppered with them newfangled metal bottle caps.
All of them have glorious butt chins.
This is the central area of Bluff Street, which runs parallel to Main Street. The windmill turns steadily in the arid Coarsegold trade winds. This is the Reverend Cy Hallelujah's church. Nobody's going in or out. What with everyone leaving town, the Reverend seems to have lost his following. Yep, he's been deflocked.
Cy Hallelujah? I'll sigh, all right.
A stagecoach converted to a hearse is mired in the mud here, minus one wheel. Once this was a one-hearse town. Now it's a no-hearse town.
Can it be a... Oh, how I wish it was a no-pun zone.
A squeaky old sheep weather vane turns gently on top of Reverend Hallelujah's house. Perhaps he's trying to get people to join his flock.
Sheep weather vane.
One of Hyman Untertaker's coffins is lying in disrepair off near Reboot Hill. It looks like a Cedar Model No. 7. Eternal slumber and no moths.
Reboot Hill Untertakers?
Reverend Cy Hallelujah lives here.
Can we burn his house down?
A variety of polypetalous green, fleshy, spiny members of the family Cactaceae grow in spurts around the foundation of the church. Aren't you sorry you asked?
Nope. That's why I wanted to look at it. I want a description.
You can't look through the keyhole. It's blocked.
Uh-huh.
The stained glass windows are miraculously intact.
Exactly, botany is fascinating.
The candles in the church foyer are glowing with a holy light. There seems to be something in the lock. You wisely reconsider your idea of pushing on the stained glass to see if it's still in good shape.
Score!
You take the key to the church.
That's why I couldn't look through the keyhole. It was blocked by the key.
Nobody will miss this key to the church since the church is never locked anyway.
Uh-huh.
But doesn't it have an unusual shape?
Yeah, it looks like a bottle opener to me.
The church key is solid and heavy and refuses to bend. Sorry, Mr. Anheuser only recently developed the bottle cap. Mr. Bush hasn't begun to think about the twist yet. With muscles bulging from years of grappling with child-proof caps, you deftly wield the church key and wrench the tops from all the beer bottles.
Score!
You have a full case of opened lowbrow. Don't get caught with it in your buggy.
Oh, good thing we don't have a buggy, so we won't be driving and drinking. Pardon our dust, but here we go again. A new grave is being erected on this side in honor of Philip D. Graves.
Looks like your dear friend Philip has passed on. Gee, it seems like only a day or two ago you filled a prescription for him.
Uh-oh.
Whoops.
High in the sky stands the town gallows. Ernest and Julio Gallows brand lynching equipment. We will hang no man before his time.
Why is it up in the rooftops?
They started to build an outhouse here, but municipal funds ran out during construction, so the builder did a half-assed job.
So let me guess, there's no seat in there, just a box.
The sign says, Hyman Untertaker, und you're not.
Under this rock lies Ernie Fleabeak. Mere text cannot describe how he'll be missed.
The epitaph reads,
Poor Prudence Brown was merely dozing, never woke, now decomposing. Here lies Eric D. Unready. He had a fatal error reading Drive B. See you, Swede. Here lies Lim Only. He died with his shrink wrap still on. Less Monley. Here lies Butch Casualty. He also cheats, steals, murders, and writes bad checks.
The tall stone fence posts are pebbled and worn from years of rain, wind, and tourists. Perched on the top of the post is an angel, her arms outstretched. At the base of the statue is a small plaque which reads, I love you this much. Couldn't you just surrender your lunch?
No, because it's only this much. Ain't much love. Here lieth James Ernest Hofer.
Aha! You'd always wondered where Jim E. Hoffer was buried.
Ah! We're out of here. Fucking Jimmy Hoffa joke. I wonder if this was the reason why I stopped playing the game. The puns got me. Spleesh.
That was a close one. Considering the condition of this old bridge, you may only have about 3 crossings left.
Oh no! Stampede! Look at the speed!
The local insect population has been thriving, what with all the dry weather Coarsegold's been having lately. This is one of the smaller ant hills around the town.
That's a small one?
The locals say this creek wasn't nearly so deep back in the old days. You suppose it's just another example of the creative activities of that famous Armenian landscape artist, soil erosion.
Ha. 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 Yeah, it's the first Bank of Bob. And also, we can do this. You okay, Freddy?
Yep.
Yeah.
Freddy fell down, went boom. It were a sad day. We found him all squished and not really living anymore.
Oh, you think?
Of course, we had our own problems to deal with all of a sudden like. That's about when the town of Coarsegold ceased to exist, as we'd done known it. But that's another story, boys and girls. I gots to be alone with my thoughts for a while.
A crushing defeat!
These snails are the leading edge of a stampede of imported French escargot recently escaped from a haughty San Francisco restaurant being chased by a posse of snooty San Francisco chefs. They appear to stretch to the horizon, and they're heading straight for town. If you don't do something soon to prevent them, they'll slime the entire city.
Yeah, in about a week and a half.
You grab a couple of snails from the front of the pack while imagining the aroma of warm, drawn butter.
Score! What a happy-looking snail.
If you only had a few mushroom caps to go with these.
Take that, you stampede thing!
Hey, boys, it's Miller time!
And with that, you cleverly pour bottle after bottle of Sam Andreas's St. Louis brew into the dusty road in an attempt to divert the stampede. Will it work? Will the snails fall for your ruse? Will they accept a domestic? Slurping their little hearts out, if snails may be said to slurp, or to have hearts for that matter, the little guys follow your lead straight over to the cliff beside Blackwater Creek. Isn't that cute? They're so gullible. Don't they look just like little lemmings marching over that cliff?
Yeah, but that's a myth. Oh, we are all watching. Oh, it's Lemmings. They actually made a Lemmings reference. Hurry up! Make a stopper! Dig the ground! Punch the wall! Get a digger! A climber to go up there! Yeah, I know, it's funny. Yeah.
Nasty fire ants are swarming around the poor potential Indian sidekick seated at the top of their anthill. Why, a hungry gaggle of ants like that could strip the flesh off an Indian sidekick in minutes, leaving nothing but white sidekick bones. Better find some way to get him off of there.
Hey there, Mr. Toast.
Look out, Freddy. Injuns! No, wait. This one's an Indian. A real Indian. From India. He sits atop an anthill surrounded by swarms of ants looking trapped. You feel sorry for him. If there were only some way you could help him.
So... You just suddenly decided to sit there while we were killing snails. Alright.
Hello, stranger. I haven't seen you around these parts before. I know it's none of my business, but why are you sitting on top of an active anthill in the heat of this semi-desert sun?
Oh, my formal fellow, I am but a weary traveler from a land far, far away.
Great looking shirt.
Journeying here peacefully merely to experience the curative powers of your local mineral waters. The other members of my stagecoach party claiming a frustration with my excessive verbosity and sesquipedalian inclinations forcefully placed me in my current sitting position on this lovely feature of your landscape, knowing full well that because of religious reasons I would be unable to climb down by myself.
How cruel those Yosemite-bound tourists are. My name is Freddy Pharkas. I own the local pharmacy here in Coarsegold.
How do you do, Mr. Pharkas? My name is Srini Lalkaka Bagnish. Pardon me if I don't get up.
Lalakaka.
I've been considering taking on a loyal Indian sidekick.
You have two.
I'm seeking a new assistant down at the pharmacy. Would you be considering a relocation to this area? You know, Coarsegold offers extremely reasonable housing costs and an abundance of sunny weather, and is close to schools and churches.
Well, no, not really, but yes. Perhaps I would be willing, but as you can readily see, I'm quite busy at this current moment.
Have you considered climbing down and walking away?
I cannot possibly do that. Life is sacred. If I were to move, I should indubitably injure some of these small six-legged life forms. I'm sure someone will come along soon to the aid of me.
I'll see what I can do, Srini.
Alright. Let's save the guy from his predicament then.
That's just another bit of authentic Western scenery. One of Reverend Si's horses is out frolicking in the spring sun. Well, maybe it's not frolicking exactly.
Chicken!
Henny penny she ain't.
Ain't no Astro Chicken either. Thank goodness. I mean, it would be funny if we see it and we talk to it and you start hearing the freaking Astro Chicken music. Sounds like they've got the sheep dancing there again. Because they're playing Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Homey red and white striped spotless tablecloths cover Mom's tables. Helen Back, aka Mom, loves to decorate her dining room with fresh cut flowers. But since there are no flowers in Coarsegold, she makes do with these sprouted collard green tops.
Oh. I thought those were sunflowers. Guess not.
Helen, have you ever thought of putting escargot on the menu? Helen?
Apparently not.
Maggots crawling through the door and flies circling the ceiling. Hooey, what's this town coming to?
We stopped the snail stampede.
Hey, Hop Sing, you know anything about getting people off of anthills?
Not hardly.
Thanks, you're a big help.
You not talk to me like that. I got big cleaver.
They do. I mean, we got dandelions here everywhere. Even between stones and everything. Like on a freaking hill. They are hardy weeds. And also cute. I like them.
Here will eat these since they don't give you gas, but I'll put them in a bag of cornstarch and think about it. And I suppose thank you is in order, so thank you.
You're welcome. Enjoy the snails. Yeah, dandelions are edible. Yep. I mean, I know that people take the leaves of a dandelion and use them as salad.
The
Yoink.
ladder, held in place by a couple of old loose screws, easily comes away from the slide. You somehow cram it into your pocket along with the rest of the junk you're carrying. Way to go, Freddy. Wrecked the little kids' playground equipment. If only they knew how good and true your heart is. It's Sissy playing...
Hello, Sissy. My, your golden locks are looking pretty today.
Sissy glares at you with a look that says, I know 1,000 ways to cause pain to a human body. You want to start counting?
I was actually hoping Sissy to say that out loud. It would be like, I know 1,000 ways to cause pain. You want to know about them? It's like, okay, I'm out of here. Now that would be funny if it was a low man's voice because Sissy is a boy.
Please, you always go shoving.
That's Mrs. Tucker, one of the respectable women of the town. Respectable meaning she don't sell it.
Not to mention she's tall.
Please, you always go shoving people.
I didn't shove you.
Well, I accept your apology.
That wasn't really an apology.
Nice day, ain't it?
And yeah, I didn't shove you. I poked you. There's a difference. Hey, whoa.
Ah, a child is playing by the side of the bridge. How delightful.
You don't need to be that sarcastic about it.
Morning, son. Why, I can remember playing right by this very bridge when I was your age.
What a liar you are.
Uh-huh.
You were born in old St. Louis.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I listened to the prologue like everybody else.
Uh-huh.
In fact, I can't get the darn thing out of my head. I've been hearing it in my sleep. Thanks loads.
Hey, no complaining. It's a good song. Freddy Pharkas. Freddy Pharkas. Alright, Srini, I can save you from your predicament. I have a letter.
I've got it, Srini. I know how I can help you. Here you go, partner. Hoof your way across this.
Score! Oh, my balance sense is stretching now.
You made it!
Also, are we gonna leave the ladder there?
Oh, thank you, Mr. P. You saved me.
No hugging, please.
Please don't call me that.
Thank you again, Mr. F. I am so much grateful.
Not better.
Oh? Grateful enough to accept the assistant's position I mentioned earlier? I could really use some help around the shop.
I would be honored. Where do I begin?
So Freddy headed on back to the pharmacy, followed by the eternally grateful Srini Lakaka Bagnish. Seems like Freddy not only found himself a new assistant at the pharmacy, but also a good friend as well.
So as my assistant, I want you to help me around the store, clean up, you know, the usual chores.
Oh, I would be highly gratuitous of your bending over to display me such a position. Would you be offering as well a form of payment?
I'll pay you 10 cents a day and all the Rustler's Stove chocolates you can eat.
That is an agreement.
Excellent. What was your name again?
Srini.
Srini Lakaka Bagnish. But you may call me Srini, and I will be calling you Freddy. Okay?
Okay, now let's get cracking, Srini. I'd like you to go out there and create some nice displays for the skin lotions. We may be closed temporarily, but we'll be opening sooner or later, and we've got to be ready.
What it is, Freddy. I will be getting on that now.
Yep, apparently the next part is another timed event. Fuck you, Sierra, and their fucking time events and fucking adventure games. I mean, it's not just that you have a time limit that is invisible, but also they have many moments where it's a time event, like in Leisure Suit Larry 2, you have to go on the vines and quickly type in, like, jump to the next. And if you miss, you get eaten by piranhas.
Okie the dokie.
Okie the dokie. I want to find out what he said.
Your faithful Indian companion, Srini, is hard at work preparing your store for its grand reopening. Someday soon, you hope.
Srini!
Dude!
Dude!
Everything going okay in here?
Dude!
What is it looking like? I am having everything under control. You have merely to go to be a hero, and I will continue holding up the fort.
Thanks.
No problemo, dude.
That's Srini. What a guy. He's made a grand and yet peculiarly inviting display of Old Gampy's Fisherman Throat Gullet Descaler lozenges.
What?
He must have heard about that promotional contest being run by the American Society of Salves, Holistic Ointments, Liniments, and Emollients salesmen. Think about it.
Assholes. It spells assholes.
Back then, this is what was known. That's
American Society of Salves, Holistic Ointments,
He's made
Liniments, and
grand yet
Emollient
peculiarly
salesmen
inviting
spells
display of
assholes.
Old
Hey, if I...
Find the store, won't you, Srini? I'm off to uphold justice and stuff.
And stuff.
Okie the dokie.
Well, Cece's not playing here anymore. Probably not even school anymore.
Holy cow, you've never seen such a long line at the outhouse.
I don't think we've ever seen a line to the
Something's
outhouse.
rotten in the state of Coarsegold's bowels.
Hang on, I'll fix the text box because it's on the wrong layer.
The windmill turns. This one appears to be practicing the jitterbug.
No, it's the shitterbug.
How long can she wait? Not long if she keeps bouncing like that.
You shouldn't bounce like that.
He's really got to go.
I think they all gotta go.
You haven't seen a line this long here since Mom served her famous chicken sushi with egg tartare.
That's like salmonella overload. Raw chicken with raw egg?
The town's only working outhouse stands here.
And it's in high use right now.
This tank stores the whole town's drinking water supply. There's a spigot at the base of the water tower. This is the eastern portion of Bluff Street, so named for scenic Collier Bluff. It's one of the entrances to the old abandoned
Collier
mine,
Bluff.
now boarded up for safety's sake.
This game is so filled with puns. Al Lowe just loves puns. There's no denying that.
You turn the faucet on and water gushes out. You carefully fill one of your empty beer bottles with water from the tower. You turn the faucet off. You've taken one of the empty beer bottles and filled it with water from the water tower.
What?
The other bottles are all empty. You take a swig of the water from the water tower. Uh-oh. Your stomach starts to make strange sounds. Your small intestine begins to whine. Your lower intestine starts complaining loudly.
Hey, buddy, no cutting. It's people like you that give people like you a bad name.
There was nobody in there?
Howdy, Mr. Pharkas. I was just leaving, I swear. Give me one more minute.
No, I think he's taking a shit on
Perfectly
you.
okay, Billy. No need to get up. Just scoot over a little.
Well, Jeez, Mr. Pharkas. Invade my personal space, why don't you?
I think that's exactly what he's doing.
A few moments later, you emerge feeling refreshed.
Ew.
Gee, that water's got a nasty kick to it.
And that was only just a swig of the water. I wonder how much these people have been drinking it. So before everybody shits themselves to death, let's take care of this business. And also, I think now we are gonna get to the favorite part of the game.
Doug McCarkas, the town's lone gravedigger, performs his sad, solitary task at graveside. If you listen close, you can hear him muttering something about union rules.
Doug McCarkas.
Yo, wake up and help me!
You hear a disembodied voice telling you that there are no online hints in this game.
Ah. Why?
Old Pete's been around since the gold was here. He and Willie are the only two codgers left.
Come on, Pete, get back here so I can talk to you. Always wanted to talk to another old codger. Get back here. I got something to say. If and you'll be willing to come back now, you hear? Fine. I'll find you later. Nope, there he is.
Well, by gum. How you doing, young feller, by gum?
Buy gum.
Nice to see you, by gum.
Buy gum. I don't want to buy
Hey,
gum.
old timer. Ain't seen you around in a dog's age. What are you up to these days?
What does it look like I'm doing, by gum? I'm trying to sell gum, damn idiot.
Ah, that's why he says buy gum. Well, I did say that I don't want to buy any gum. I'm out of here. I'll give you a subtle hint on when I said that we're getting to the best part of the game. A subtle hint.
Cedric the owl looks lost and out of place in the hot desert sun. If you listen close, you can almost hear him say,
Freddy, if you're going to go in there, I'm going to wait out here.
He always has some flimsy excuse.
Graham, watch out!
Oh boy, it's a snake!
Gee willikers, you can't quite reach that owl from here. Too bad. We'd like to wring his neck.
Oh, yes, I would. So would.
Hey, you!
You can almost hear Cedric squawk,
I'm waiting here. It's too dangerous out there.
Apparently some adventurer is out in the desert and the owl's waiting to annoy him when he gets back. A few buzzards have landed here, waiting for some unfortunate life form to become vulture chow.
Oh, I wonder which one it is.
Leave that poor owl alone, you vicious fiend.
No! Kill that owl!
They ignore you completely.
Good. Kill it. Maim it. Eat it. I mean, let's go get the ladder back. There. I'm sure nothing bad has happened now that we have gone to this screen and we go back.
Poor Cedric the owl.
Oh, you're poor.
He'll never delay another scene change.
Yes, eat him. Feast upon his flesh. Ha ha ha! Sweet revenge. Fuck you, Cedric. I got to be here for the rest of the stream, just watching him being eaten. I can still see that he has some life in his eyes. Wondering what he did wrong in his life. I can tell you what you did wrong.
Poor Cedric.
Farewell, Cedric. We hardly knew ye.
Oh, I knew him too well. Can I poke him?
As much as you want to join in, leave Cedric's carcass for the buzzards.
Ah, come on. I want to try out some owl. But it's Cedric. Probably tastes awful. No matter how you prepare it. Ah, sweet, sweet revenge. Even though I didn't do it, it's still sweet. To see him die. The thing I wished for the whole time when I played the game.
This is one of the few remaining townspeople. Why they stay, no one knows.
You talking to me?
Well,
What am I, some sort of clown to you?
No.
What, do I walk funny or something?
No, and please don't hurt me.
Good, nice talking to you. See you around.
Taxi driver and Goodfellas reference. That's something I was expecting.
Score!
You take the rope. Now that Smithy's closed up shop, he won't be missing it.
Uh-huh. And we will be needing it. Time to make the cure for this poisonous water. I wonder if they just dunked tons of laxatives in there.
A gigantic pile of 50-pound sacks of baking soda fills the sidewalk in front of your store, nearly blocking the entrance. The baking soda is the famous Leg and Hammer brand, named for the famous international industrialist. His slogan, keep one sack in the smokehouse and another in the stable to help keep it clean and fresh smelling.
That is a lot of baking soda.
You return.
Yep.
It is good to look upon your eternally smiling countenance of face again.
Yeah, I've missed you too.
All right, let's get to work. Test tube, and I need to find the bismuth again. This one.
It's advisable to measure your ingredients instead of just dumping them together.
Oh, right. There first. Put that in there. I mean, still keep this here. Now for orphanamethid hydride.
The chemical warms slowly over the alcohol lamp. Now it's getting pretty hot. Good thing your calluses are thick. Chemical rapidly reaches a full rolling boil.
There we go. And then put that into the bottle. Cork.
You carefully label the bottle bisalicylate antitoxidine. Congratulations. Be careful, this stuff is mighty concentrated.
Yeah, take a swig of that, you might die from an overdose.
Mind the store, won't you, Srini? I'm off to uphold justice and stuff.
Okie the dokie.
Dokie the okie.
The ladder doesn't quite reach far enough.
There we go. Going up.
You grab the ladder. This hank of rope is plenty sturdy. Give yourself enough of it and you'll hang yourself. With a few quick movements, you make an authentic Western lasso out of the rope. It's like falling off a log. Once you learn how, you never forget.
Score!
Remembering your father's advice about never using the topmost rungs of a ladder, you stop just short of the ladder top.
And now we tie the lasso under the tip.
You snare the tower top. The crowd eats it up.
Who's the schmuck with the rope?
Be
careful you don't put an eye out.
As you reach the top of the water tower, the crowd cheers.
Thank God, it's Freddy.
We're number one. We're number one.
What are you gonna do now, Freddy?
I don't know. Apparently.
I'm going to Sierra Land.
Boing. That one hit a 9.0 on the free plug-o-meter.
When will these bad jokes end? Answer: never.
The shingle roof of the water tank protects the entire water supply of the village of Coarsegold from dust, dirt, and bird droppings.
But not from poison, apparently.
There's a small hatch on top of the water tank. There's a small...
Now we drop this into it.
Score! You carefully pour the purification solution into the town's water supply. Excellent job.
It weren't more than a few hours before the folks of Coarsegold was feeling a whole heck of a lot better. Their bowels were all settled down and happy. Freddy knew he could relax now. Everything was calm and peaceful. But round about midnight, that very same night, trouble struck again. Freddy was in his own bed, sound asleep, when...
Fire! Fire, Freddy Pharkas! Please come urgently!
Oh yeah, we never went to his
What's wrong,
bedroom.
Sweeney?
A tragedy is becoming. The assay office is aflame. She is burning with a might more severe. The pharmacy may be next alighted. Get dressed as soon as possible.
I am dressed. I don't own pajamas.
Take mine. No, wait. There is not time to perform such an effort. Just hurry and scheme in such a way so as to extinguish the most threatening fire.
Who has a moose rug? Freddy, did this place come with this moose rug? If so, you should throw this away.
Your authentic moose skin rug looks very attractive with those eyeglasses on it. It would have been a mite less lumpy if somebody had remembered to skin the moose first.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it looks better with the glasses on, yeah.
You stumbled onto this big old dresser at a moving sale and broke your toe. So rather than pay to have your toe fixed, the owner let you keep the dresser. In fact, you get all your furniture by accident.
Ah.
You picked up this old armoire at the farmer's market. It gave you a hernia. So instead of paying the doctor's bills, the owner let you keep it.
So apparently he did get everything from accidents.
Lovely old glass-fronted bookcase containing some of your favorite leisure time reading material. Thoracic Park by Michael Crichton. A Brief History of Slime by Loogie J. Hawking. Diabetics by Old Mom Hubbard. Nasal Passages by Gail Shewiz. And How to Satisfy a Sheep Every Time and Make It for More, which you keep out of sight behind the other volumes.
You should. Nobody should have a book like that. Why do you have a book like that? What's it with this game of sheep? I just feel it to be a hazard because it still had its antlers on. At least if I had a skin rug like that, I wouldn't have used it on the floor. I would put that on the wall. Because of the antlers.
A small picture of your mother, rest her soul. If only she could have lived to see you now. An ex-gun-slinging pharmacist in Coarsegold, California. You'd have had a heart attack and died. Your dad unloaded his old vaudeville trunk on you. Not on purpose, though. He didn't know you were standing underneath when he unloaded it off the top of the stagecoach. Ever since then, you've had brief blackouts. Your dad unloaded his old vault.
Oh, what the hey? Free trunk, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, I did say that the bad jokes are not going to end. There's a big fire outside. Let me just work here. You take care of the fire.
Srini, are you going to help me put out that fire or what?
There is much stock work yet to be done.
It's midnight.
I am still on Pakistani time.
That's a pretty poor excuse for not helping me put out that fire.
I have many other excuses ready, if you do not like that one.
Oh, never mind. I'll do it myself. Mind the store, won't you?
Okie the dokie.
Well, the place is sure on fire.
The assay office is ablaze, threatening to burn down not only itself and your pharmacy, but the whole town.
The sheriff was right. It is a fire hazard.
Summoning up superhuman strength, you heft the huge pile of baking soda. Then, with a horrible wrenching, tearing sound, you cram the sacks of baking soda into your pants pocket.
Adventure pants. Fits anything. Alright, put this some baking soda on top there. Then we use the swing. Yay, we made it. And poof. Fire extinguisher.
What pluck, what prowess, what a ridiculous solution. Still, you thought of it.
As I totally thought it on my own.
You single-handedly quenched the flames of the assay office by using the seesaw as a catapult for the baking soda. Too bad nobody was here to see it. They'll never believe you in the morning.
Nah. We'll just say that it rained in the, during the night.
The boss is more than a little upset.
What's this?
Seems that our friend has been thwarting every plan so far.
Yep, something's gotta be done about it.
Absolutely. Now, let's get down to business. What is the best way to get rid of our little problem permanently?
How about hanging?
Oh, too quick and merciless. Poison?
Nah, too unsure. Ancient Egyptian dagger.
It works in a museum.
I can't find mine. Got one on you?
Not at the moment. It don't matter how we do it, so long as we do it soon. And we don't want no proof it was us, neither. And nothing to connect it with the boss.
Excellent thought. And the boss has arranged for a bit of muscle to come in and make sure the entire town's cleaned out PDQ. We'll be rid of that do-gooder and all his flea-bitten friends in no time.
I wonder why they're doing this. Why they want to get rid of the whole place.
Laughing cruelly, they sit back to reflect on their villainy. Madam had this gazebo built as part of her real old-fashioned romance special, which cost an additional $1.25. It was never used. Coarsegold is filled with unromantic cheapskates.
No, of course.
Located on this rocky hillside is Madame Overy's place of business, a custom-built body
It's the
house
Orr
built
house.
in the fashion of the pastel Gothics. Of course, they had to get the rocks off the property before they could build here.
Ye Old Orr House, established 1869. George Armstrong Custer slept here repeatedly.
You can't see into the brothel from out here, but Madam does cater to peeping toms, and at a slight discount.
Cool.
It's P.H. Balance, the town banker, relaxing on the brothel porch with a good cigar. The thought of him conversing with one of Madam's nubile young professionals is enough to make you swear off banking forever. Sheriff Chicken P. Shift is sitting on Madam's front porch smoking cigars with P.H. Balance, the village banker. A hint of coal oil drifts
Chicken
through the
P.
night
Shift.
air from him. The thought of Shift and Balance messing around with Madam's working girls
Shift
makes
and
you
Balance.
thankful you don't participate in any disease-trading activities.
It's gonna be a balance shift, alright, if they get their evil doings through.
Here on the other
Yeah, he's
side
chicken
of the
shit,
tracks,
yep.
in the baddest part of town, stands Madam Sadie Overy's Ye Old Orr House, a gazebo, and a lot of foxtail scrub and brush, or scrub brush, as Madam's fond of calling it. You can also see parts of Main Street off in the distance. It's the lovely, winsome Chastity, a girl who really knows her stuff.
Chastity.
In fact, every man in town knows her stuff. A stack of naughty French postcards sits on the coffee table in order to titillate some of the less forward customers. It's Olga, for those who don't want to spend another sheepless night.
What is it with the sheep?
Why, it's a lovely painting of Fred and Ginger. You know, Fred Mertz and Ginger Grant, that hot new minstrel team?
Oh, that Fred and Ginger, right.
It's Virtue, one of Madam's best laid plans.
At some point, I do feel like I need to get myself a pillow and scream into it because of these puns and these jokes.
Score!
You snatch the French postcards. That's Purity. She's 99 and 44 100% impure, but she still floats. A brass cuspidor, known as a spittoon, sits next to the plush red velvet armchair. Spittoons for Freddy Pharkas, Frontier Pharmacist, furnished by Louis Loogie, Flemmy Mass.
Ew. And also, it's a spittoon! Can we find a weapon? A hat? Pants? Ring? Or can we wear that as a hat? Wait, wrong game.
Madam set out some wine and glasses. A few drinks helps the customers loosen up. The girls are already loose enough. No, wait. The customers drink wine and get tight, and the girls aren't. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, you are not making a good case here, sir. I mean, it could be West of Loathing.
Howdy, Miss Virtue. You sure are a vision of loveliness.
Thank you ever so much, Freddy. And you, sir, are a study in buff.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Just that you're the manliest prescription-filling man I did ever see.
Oh, thank you. Bah-ha-ha-ha-ha-ha.
Translation. How much do you charge anyway? Translation: I'm sheep at twice the price.
Ba 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 ba.
Translation: sounds like a deal. Translation: yes, I cost next to mutton.
I don't know which one is more disturbing when it comes to all these sheep jokes, especially this sheep here. Not only does the sheep wear lipstick and has all the makeup, but they're wearing high heels, nail polish, or hoof polish, and they definitely have ample, you know, the chestitude. Which makes me question, why? Is that a person in a disguise? Or is that really some kind of weird sheep? And I do not want an answer to that question.
Howdy, Chastity.
Howdy to you, you big old sloppy hunk of manly macho woman loving man.
Laying it on a little thick tonight, aren't we?
Yeah, a little.
Yeah, business is slow, but I gotta keep in practice.
Evening, Purity.
Evening, Freddy, darling. Has Madam still got you under lock and key, or you gonna let us get a hold of you one of these days, big boy?
I'm afraid I'm all hers, for the time being.
Well, if you ever change your mind, honey, you know where to find us. Mm-mm.
And when, and how often, and for how much.
Thanks for clarifying that there, narrator.
Howdy, Chet.
Howdy to you.
Laying it.
Yeah.
There's a handsome silver tea set on the coffee table. It stands out, since it's just about the only thing in the room that isn't plush red velvet. Ooh la la and va va voom. No, that's not an exclamation. That's the names of the two ladies prominently featured on Madam's Spicy French postcards. Or rather, they're the two ladies with the prominent features on Madam's Spicy French postcards.
Yes, see. Ah, there's the madame that I was expecting to see him.
Hey, Mon Amour, it's about time you showed up. Ready to take my pharmacy bill out in trade?
Sure.
I guess that's what we're here for.
Then get over here before I have to come get you, little pumpkin.
Well, looks like Freddy is gonna have a nice evening.
Freddy, I think you should leave.
Why, Sadie? Just because I'm using you for cheap, tawdry pleasure when my heart belongs to Penelope Prim, the gorgeous, young, obviously more virtuous new town schoolmarm?
What? Who?
Oh, nothing. Never mind. What were you saying?
Oh, I was just saying I think you should leave. Leave town, that is. There's... Oh, it's so tragic. Freddy, there's just no easy way to say this. The girls say the sheriff and the banker talk in their sleep. They hate you, Freddy. They want you dead. They're out to get you. Something about you foiling the plan and how they had to get you out of the way. You have to run, Freddy. You have to get out of town by sundown.
Now, don't you worry, Sadie. I've been doing a pretty good job up till now. Using just my wits and my pharmacological knowledge, haven't I?
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna just turn tail and run and leave you and Penelope and Coarsegold behind me to fend for yourselves.
You're not listening to me, Freddy Pharkas. There's man a-comin'. Man with guns. Big guns. Guns with long barrels. Long, hard barrels. Long, hard steel
We get it.
barrels.
We get it.
And slung holsters and
Bullets.
Oh, sorry.
Sadie, snap out of it.
Oh, sorry. I was just visualizing.
I think you were visualizing something else than
You'll never
guns.
be able to outthink men with guns. If you're set on staying in town, you'll have to, go back to your old ways.
That's out of the question. I left gunslinging behind me years ago. I'm not like that anymore, and I don't want to discuss it.
Stop it. You gotta choose, and that's all there is to it, hon. Either leave town and save your hide, or pull yourself together and face reality. Quit talking about potions and liniments. They're not gonna stop no bullets. It's time to get off of your cute little butt and give these men a taste of frontier justice. Now, what are you gonna do?
I don't know.
Bake a
I don't
cake.
know. Hold me, Sadie. Press me to your ample bosom, and let me decide tomorrow.
You got it, hon.
Act 3. Guns and Neuroses. What a name. And also, I didn't know that that's why the sheep was called Dolly.
That's right. Madame Overy begged and pleaded with Freddy to either leave town or take up his old gunslinging ways, something which Freddy was just a mite reluctant to consider. So they decided to sleep on it. And though they didn't get much sleep, Freddy did mull it over somewhat. The next morning, he decided to... Maybe I better... Wait, maybe I better...
Need a cough drop there, Willie?
Never mind. Just go on, go on.
Need a spittoon?
Penelope. Coarsegold. Madame Overy.
Gone!
I know I've got to get out of this town before they gun me down, but I can't. Coarsegold's my home, and darn it to heck, I'm not gonna let some cheap criminals run me out of my home. Oh, Sadie's right. I've got to be the man I once was. I've got to dredge up my ugly past, meet it square in the face, stare it down, pick it up, dust it off, fluff it up, and put it on again.
Thanks, Willie. We really needed that in there. To be continued, indeed. We're gonna leave it here. Finish this next Monday. Is this the final act, or is there one more act after this? Oh, there is one more act after this. It's quite a lot to do. But we are definitely finishing this next Monday. Alright, quit. Quitter, coward, yellow belly!